Everyone's gonna be happy to see my crotch. Alright. Back finally, probably after like a few months of not live streaming. Yeah, just sort of lost interest for it, and they weren't very funny. I didn't really do very good, and yeah, I'm not gonna bog it down with that bullshit explanation. Of course, this is the Gran Turismo Sport beta. I was included like about a week after the first round of people getting it. I was disappointed that and I didn't think I was gonna get it. The problem was that I thought that I did something wrong, and I was just like, shit, I'm not gonna get it now. And I was just really disappointed, but a week later, I was playing Fallout 4, and boom, got an invitation, and that was it for that, and I've been playing it ever since. I think I've had it for like a month now, at least. Now, regarding the title of this video, which is, which you notice the 4gamerz DualShock wheel, which is this, which, explain it shortly, it's a Wii wheel. And I wanted to test it because I waited a long time. They don't sell these in America, so I had to import it from the UK. Luckily, a guy was selling it for like $7 and on eBay, and he just wanted to get rid of it. And I could tell because the box was faded, like it looked like it sat in the store for a while. And there we go. Goes right in nice. The problem is I can't wear a headset with it because the headsets I have plug into the back of the controller, and as you can see, it's covering the back. So yeah, let's try it out. That's mostly why I'm doing this, is just to test it out. I've gotten more into the tilt steer in this. So, again, yeah. So I had to turn down the TV pretty low in order to do this. I won't be doing any online races because none are available, I don't think. It has resetted my times. So I must have missed... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, they haven't changed it in a while, so I don't know if they're working on something new or whatever. This is my list of GT3 class cars. I kind of wish that I would get more GT4 and N300, but, you know, it's still cool. You get cars every day. You just gotta drive 26 miles, so all you just gotta do is dick around until you do that. I got this one. This is a new one, so let's try that one out. It's the car that Kazunori Yamauchi got to drive. They got rid of arcade mode in the update, which is kind of a bummer, but at the same time I can see why, because people were mostly going to arcade just to play there as opposed to playing online, and I'm one of those offenders. I just don't really have time to play online. You know, I will try to play online though. Like I've tried, and I've won a race. I have that, and I will upload that soon. Like, I might upload it after this. Alright, here we go. I do have traction control on. Just because, yeah. The whole tilt steer thing, for me, started a year ago, at least, with the move wheel back in, on the PS3 for Gran Turismo 6. So, in a way, I am better, but I could be better than with a DualShock. It's just that, you know, after 15 years of playing Gran Turismo with the DualShock standard controller, then switching to this, it's not the most smoothest, and I'm past that age where you pick up things just quick. So, yeah. The engine sounds in this are just superb. They're much more improved in this than they are in Gran Turismo 6. That's what a lot of people complain complained about was that the engine sounds were still pretty pathetic, to say the least. Some were alright. They did do better sound mixing later on. Everyone just sort of moved on at that point. But the engine sounds in this are just a lot better. This driving isn't really much perfect, but that's okay. Man, the traction control on this is a little too heavy on this car. Usually it's not so bad, but let's try and get this fixed. Oh, I can't believe I freaking drove off the road again. Let's not do that this time. Don't worry, I am better with other cars. Like the Mustang, I'm better than with this. This one's just a little stiff. And keep in mind, I am playing this on the PS4 Pro, so it might look slightly different for some of you. I mean, it's not like a huge, like, improvement, it's just that the aliasing is different. Like, there's less of it, so, like, gaps aren't as pixelated and stuff. Also sitting in a different location than I normally am. Not the most comfortable position. There we go, that's better. The tilt steer in this game is a lot better than in Drive Club. Mostly because it just kind of feels like you're actually steering it more, like it's more linked to your movement. It's not too bad in Drive Club, but sometimes it's glitched. So, like, if you do start up the game, you have to make sure you go back into options and go back to the analog stick, then back to steering, because sometimes you'll just keep steering into a wall. Like, it will just steer left for me every time I start it up, and if you, like, turn right with the controller, it will just steer less to the left. So it's kind of broken. I'm not the best player at this, but I'm also not the worst. Because I won against people. So, I actually did win a race, so I'm not the worst. Everyone else was just screwing around, though, I think. But I didn't do too bad. That was before I had this thing. Not very many videos of this wheel, either. By the way, this car is the BMW M4 GT3. I forgot if it was M3 or M4. But basically the same car, just the M4 just has 2 doors and M3 is a 4-door. And this was driven by Kazunori Yamauchi in Nürburgring 2016. It was the first year he didn't use a GTR. Besides his actual first year in the Nürburgring. where he had a Lexus ISF or IFS, whatever. I can't believe that. I'm usually I'm like a freaking genius when it comes to cars. Usually it's like ISF or something. But yeah, that was the first year, and then he just didn't go the second year was because the tsunami in Japan happened, and Toyota was sort of out of it, so he decided to use a GTR, which is pretty nice. He ended up winning class races 2011 and 2012. And then he started doing GT3 class races, and success hasn't been as high with that, but you know, it's a much more competitive class than the other classes. I do like the how they use the analog stick to look around now. It's pretty cool. I just wish it wasn't as sensitive. I wish it was like a little less sensitive, like in Drive Club or something. That'd be like my only like negative thing or thing that they should change. But you know, they've changed some things that people weren't really okay with before, because this is an updated version. The earlier videos are like the initial version of this. This one is a little bit changed. Just functionality, really. Alright, I did 5 laps of that. Let's see if I got a better time. I don't even know if I'll be able to race online later, but yeah. By the way, that helmet you get that's in that picture there, spinning around, is a pre-order special for the special edition, which I definitely plan on getting. I have a decent Gran Turismo collection, so yeah, maybe I'll do a different car in this class, but that will be later. Let's do Nürburgring. So hard to pick. I like all these cars. These are actually all good. Surprisingly, the Scirocco and the Megane are good too. I do like the Mustang though. You know what? Screw it. Since I'm American Mustang. Screw it. Can't wait to get my hands on the livery editor. I do have an almost perfect lap with a Mitsubishi that I will upload. I ended up going off the track later. Alright, that's weird. Yeah, let's do it this way. I kind of like this view, because there's less distractions. Kind of went into that just a little too hard. I'll do a lap of this. Let's look at the nice engine of the Ford Mustang. This Mustang, this version has been really good. Yeah, they got rid of the live axle for independent rear suspension, and that's like helped it perform a lot better. In terms of being a sports car, they were going to have a solid axle for like the people that are more like into the old school Mustangs, but it was decided that it was too expensive and they'd have to like rework things in order to get it, which is disappointing. At the same time, I see why they went to independent rear suspension since they're building it around the world, and I think it's cheaper to make it that way to begin with. I used to have like a bunch of Mustang books, so I'm like a Mustang enthusiast. I still am at heart. I'm more into like Japanese cars now, but you know, I still keep up with Mustang because it's a childhood favorite. Here we go. Yeah, this view I'm gonna just start using, because this one I just like instead of looking at hands moving. Get to hear a nice engine sound there. I do like this one, but you don't see any of the car. Either view. I like this one and the view. And also, this is a good way to show off that it's pretty accurate to the moment. I don't think there's any lag, really. And if there is, it's minute. But I can at least tell when I watch the video after. Hoping they add rally cars, because that'd be cool. I love the rally cars in Gran Turismo 2 upwards. Woo! Yep, there we go. Ruined my perfect lap. Yeah, well then again, this is a less powerful car, but I was gonna say the traction control isn't as powerful, but it's because it's not as powerful a car. But I feel like it just doesn't affect it in other cars much, which I should just turn it down anyway, because it's just really stupid. Will I be getting VR for this game? Yes, that is a big reason why I wanted to get VR, is because of this game. When they announced, when they announced the VR, I was just like, oh, please. I really hope that this game just has that support for it, and it does. When Kazunori announced it at one of the game shows, I was like, yes, thank fuck. Like you know, the child in me was just like, yes, my dream is finally coming true, because for years I've wanted some sort of VR with this game, like one where you could just look around and drive, and you can like sit there and watch your hand shift the knob and stuff. That's what I've always wanted, and it's finally happening, and I'm turning way too much. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna turn down that traction control. Watch me just spin out all the time. But I mean, yeah, like VR with Gran Turismo, that was a big reason. Another reason is because it's cool. And Drive Club also has a VR version. That's why I bought the Pro, was because the standard PS4 it's sort of messed up. That's why I bought the camera. The camera was $20 off online. I already had Move controllers. I only bought them for $4 each at Bull Moose, which I really lucked out on. That was awesome. That was like between the time where the Move became obscure and before the VR came out. Like the VR was already announced and stuff, but they were kind of slow at bringing the prices up, because now they're like $10, $15. I got those and they're mint. Like they looked like they'd barely even been used. Like someone looked at them. A bunch of them had nicotine stains, though. Like, if you notice, if you go on eBay, you'll see some of the Move controllers, the ball at the end is brown, and that's from smoking. Just letting everyone enjoy the pure sounds. The much improved. It's still not perfect, but I thought to myself, if they're doing VR, they have to at least improve the sound significantly, and they've already done that. Even before the pre-beta build, it wasn't as improved as the beta build. So hopefully, that they're gonna improve it even more. But they seem to be doing good, and they're on the right track. There we go, my lap around the Nürburgring. And there goes the AI crashing into the wall. And this is the new track for Gran Turismo Sport. It is Dragon Trail Seaside. And this is a car that everyone says is too overpowered for the N300 class. They gotta fix that a little bit. I've never done an N300 online races. I don't have time. But, you know. I've only done GT3, like the Group 3 and Group 4 races. That was a bit of a rough entry. Now this track is, I like the visuals and stuff. Ooh, that was a bit of a late braking. That was terrible. I'm usually a lot better, don't worry. I've driven on this track a few times, and it's pretty cool, I like it. I do wish you could actually see the sea, though, because you don't really get to. Like, you just see that boat up there, and that's really it. But it's still a nice you know, gorgeous setting. I actually made that turn. That's the turn I usually screw up on, though. Like, I end up just going in way too strong, and I just smash right into the wall. For someone that's been playing this shit for 15 years, they sure haven't improved at all. You know? It's terrible. It's kind of odd that this is a manual, like a straight manual car, because I usually try to... Oops, I tried to look down at the shifter. Because usually, you know, they try to go for, like, the automatic ones, or the ones with the paddle shift. The one in Gran Turismo, like, 5 Prologue and up, that Lancer 10 had, that one had paddle shifters, if I recall. Whereas this one's just a straight manual. But maybe they're gonna try to include more manuals, because people were kind of disappointed with the lack of manuals for new cars in Gran Turismo 6. I haven't played Gran Turismo 6 all that much lately, but it's because there's not much more for me to do. But that doesn't mean I hate it or something, because Gran Turismo is always my baby. It's kind of weird that Gear 5 is just like a lot, like it's a lot lower than the other gears, like it's not as close ratio. And there we go, got into that one. I've been lucky enough to scrape. But next lap will probably be better. I will drive some other cars too. I'm just hoping for more road cars or Group 4, because there's so many GT3 and Group 3 cars. It's just sort of meh. Because I've already pretty much picked out my favorite out of all of them. Whereas the road cars, I just like to drive the road cars because they just feel more like pure and less angry. I do wish that they added, they didn't get rid of that key. Oh, yep, there we go. That was just me being a friggin' idiot. I'll stop now. It's just nice to get a little bit of visual, sensory deprivation or something. Instead of just looking at some guy's hands and a steering wheel. Get to take in the beautiful visuals. It's like eye candy. It's beautiful. Yeah, those speed bump things on the side. I can't believe I don't even know any of this shit. But yeah, the those things are, everyone says is like way too big on that part where I just ran over them. I do hope to get some streaming on the other new tracks like Northern Isle and the Blue Moon Bay. I know it's Blue Moon something. I'm mostly just streaming because one, I just wanted to stream this game, and two, and I don't think there's many streams that show tilt steer, and I think I just wanted to at least put tilt steer up, so if anyone's curious, because I don't think anyone really uses tilt steer. I like using it. On GT Planet, I've never seen anyone, or, that have said that they've used tilt steer. Like, they say they just use the DualShock, or like a racing wheel. But I've never seen anyone on GT Planet say that they've used motion steer. Which I think they added it in because, one, VR, so then you can just be like, yeah, I got a wheel. Because that'd be kind of weird to use a DualShock left stick in VR. So at least you get sort of a pseudo experience, which is good. That's what I was worried about, was that there was no tilt steer in this game, but they brought it in. That's how I found out, was just playing this. I didn't know that anyone could have motion steer on GT Planet, no one said anything about it, or they may have, and it just flew over my head, because I go on there often. I went on there like all the time when I didn't have the beta. I was just like sitting there just like, oh, you guys got it. I'm sort of hoping that Eiger comes back, because that was a gorgeous track. I don't think that's coming back, though, unless it's DLC. Because I think the rest of the tracks are going to be, like, real tracks, or just classic tracks from, like, the early Gran Turismos. And also, they have to be, like, FIA approved. Because this one feels more like a realistic track than, say, Eiger, with its jump, or like capering, which people really hate capering for some reason. I love capering. It reminds me of Mod Nation or something like that. Ooh, just sort of slid sideways almost. Alright, that was a long one. That might make sure they're a little shorter. I haven't even driven on that one yet for my qualification on these rounds. Might go around the Nürburgring again, because that's just fun. Sorry, there's not really much to do when it comes to not having online or arcade. So, like, literally all I can do is time trials. I do really like this car, though. This one was actually, like, one of the best Group 4 machines. Scirocco, Genesis, Sega Genesis. It's like on the Angry Video Game Nerd. The Book of Genesis on the Sega Genesis with music by Genesis. Oh yeah, and you can tell it's a PS4 Pro because of that blue light bar coming out of the top of the touchpad. As opposed to, because that's what the regular DualShock doesn't have that. It's the same thing, it's just the only difference is that see-through plastic that makes it come out of the top, and you can plug it into the system so it'll be, like, directly linked as opposed to, like, Oh, this thing handles much better than the Mustang. But maybe it's because they didn't add weight onto this one, because on the Mustang they like added power and weight, whereas this one's pretty stock except a little bit more percentage. There we go. Holy crap. Alright, this car is probably going to be my choice car for Group 4, just because it handles like like it's on rails. So I'm either thinking about streaming this tomorrow, or streaming Drive Club with this wheel. Something like that. Either way. I will stream this game again, though. But I will also upload a race, like I said earlier, the race where I won, and upload the replay of me on the Nürburgring with the stock Lancer Evo. I think there might also be another replay or something somewhere, but I'm not sure. Might do like another GT3 car or something after this and be finished. Oh, this is much better. Like, I'm doing a lot better than in the Mustang. That was close. again. How is it not sufficient? No one's even here. It always happens around this mark where it warns me that I don't get it, like... It was fine before and no one else is home to even use the internet, and I have nothing playing on anything else. So, like, I'm literally the only one, and the internet's decent. You know, it's not bad. I don't have any, like, lag issues like what I did before I moved out. A while back. Like, it's been almost a year since I moved out. Was that around the same school? Ugh, my problems here. Damn it. There. Just stop cutting those corners. That's a new thing to work on with this car. But that's just because compared to the Mustang and stuff, this thing steers really well, so I end up just kind of oversteering it a little bit. I just have to stick to one car. I haven't really. So, I mean, once I start sticking to one car in every class, then I will definitely be all set. I've never tried the steering assist, but I've accidentally started up the braking assist before, which just automatically brakes for you, so I feel like the steering assist just sort of is there to make sure you don't, like, fly off the track or something. So at least it's there for beginners, which is good. Which I think that was good with Gran Turismo 6, was that they made everything a little bit easier to navigate, and they made the special events not suck as much, because that was my problem with Gran Turismo 5, was that they were, like, the Top Gear event especially was a wasted opportunity, really bad, and that was the only time they had that license, so that's really disappointing. Might try the Group 4 4C. First time they, in years that Alfa Romeo is selling cars in America. Like, I think it's been, like, at least 20 years or something. But they've finally been able to sell their, cars here. And that was the first car they started selling, was a 4C, and now they sell the Giulia sedan or something like that, and that thing is such a friggin' beast. Alright, this and the Audi R8 are probably my favorite Group 3 cars to use. Like, this thing handles so good. It also sounds pretty sweet. And I love this car in Gran Turismo 6. So I can't wait to drive it in its standard form, which is the road form, not standard cars. They're doing that again. They're giving interiors to all the Vision Gran Turismos, I think. Except for the Peugeot. That one I haven't seen an interior for it. You can't go in interior view. I think they might not have an interior for that. Sucks. Can't wait to drive those Vision Gran Turismo cars again, though. I loved driving them in Gran Turismo 6. That's probably my favorite thing about that game, is just all those unique cars that are, like, exclusive to Gran Turismo. Some people really hated which I can understand why some people hated it, was because they were using resources to make that instead of real cars. But, you know, I like it. I quite honestly, in my opinion, I'd rather have those than, like, the cars that they wanted, which was, like, the cars that are in every other game, like a Supra or the BMW, like the E30. Like, they want it too much. I don't know. Like, I'm not, like, that's not my first choice of car or whatever. Like, they're still nice cars, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not, like, shitting on them and saying that they're crap. It's just that, you know, it just kind of makes you sound like an old-timer when you're just like, oh, I don't want these new cars, I want this. That's enough about that. That's my strategy, is just stopping late and hard. But not too late, because then you just fly off the track anyway. That's why I would never win an endurance race if they had brake wear and stuff, because my brakes would be gone pretty quick. Oh, you can hear that friggin' exhaust friggin' popping and stuff. It's so nice. Alright, this will be my last thing, just because there's stuff I gotta do, and, you know, I can do this again some other time. I've driven 85 miles in this car, holy crap. Well, that was just before, because this was my favorite car to use for a while. Next online race, I'll be using this car. When I do a Group 3 race. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's all that much lag. Really, with it. I don't know, some people say there's a lot of input lag they have, and it might be just that the controller's messed up or something, because I've never had any, like, major input lag with any games. I don't know, or people just, like, really, The only racing game that still uses triangle to reverse. No, really, it does. It's the only game. But then again, one thing that I'm very happy with is Porsche coming in. I just cut that corner. I was going to say, I deserved that. Porsche coming in finally after years of waiting, which it just took a while and it sucked that we had to wait, but the EA contract ended and now they can finally have it in the game. Which is good. It's, like, you know, it's not my, like, favorite manufacturer, but they make some good cars. And I know a lot of people have been waiting, and they do have a lot of historic value to them. I was hoping they'd add in, like, a Porsche 356, because I really like that car. It's basically just like a super Beetle. But in this game, it's, you know, like a dream come true for many people, and I'm glad that that's the case. I'm very happy, and I'm just glad that, you know, people got to finally play. Alright, what time is it? Ooh, I need to get going. I need to, like, start. So, that was it. I will stream again. I will also get around to uploading that video. This thing's pretty cool. I would say that the rubber is a little bit slippery to my taste. But other than that, mint. See you later, guys. Have fun. And hopefully this game comes out very soon. I will definitely be picking up the special edition. I will be pre-ordering it first day. So, that's it. Goodbye. Oops. Alright, whoa, what is going on? No! I actually did the wrong thing. Oops. Shit. Again, shit. I can't believe it.